Oh shit, today's a fruit day? God, I completely... Yeah, I mean, usually fruit day is... It's like every other week fruit day is a Sunday. I was gonna say, I did not hear Isabel at all. I hear the background music. Yeah, the sock in the washer. We know, Isabel. We've done this before. We've been doing this for 100 days. Oh gosh, I need to sneeze. Seriously, 200 points? You're like a rising star. B rank. Oh, no shopping. I didn't even notice. So last week I'm like 90% sure we had a small spike. So we're going to use that this week and we're going to buy turnips. There we go, turnips. I was looking at, I guess NASA, there's a comet going on, right? Like, happening. It might have finished up this morning, and I was looking at that. I mean, because of my view of the horizon, I couldn't see dog shit, but... It's my goldfish. Should be a silver trophy. That's kind of nice. Next time we aim for gold. Hopefully we'll get more people to come and help us out. Bunch of stuff I don't care about. Bunch of stuff I already have. I wonder what's... Why do I just have... Did he give me 2 fish umbrellas? Oh. I guess so. I guess so. I'm so tired. I got... Ooh, like 2-3 hours of sleep. I'm tired. But I said we'd be up for turnips. Now, just the question is, can I wake up early enough every other day? Not the vaulting bowl. Can I wake up at 10:30 every other day this week? Or I mean 11:30. Probably not. Nope, nothing interesting there. Nope, nope. I don't see anything in there. Don't see anything in there. No. Nope, nothing in there. I also do have to go get that beetle and the marlin at some point. Oh, she's right here. Morning. Start off your Sunday with some fresh turnips. 98, okay. So we had a small spike last week. Small spike at 98 things a turnip. There's a 45% chance of fluctuating, 25% chance of a large spike, and 15 of decreasing in small. Hey, Thompson. How you doing on this fine morning? Don't need any at the moment, but you better believe I'll come back. Betty Joan, or Betty Ann, or... Name here. How do the money trees always end up in front of the whatever, the fruit trees? Always happens. It always happens. Those peaches die. Whatever. I should probably just kill those flowers. God, I'm so fucking tired. It's actually kind of funny in a way. And I'm trapped. Alright, let's go see what else we can find. She'll stay in the turnip fields, which will make my life easy. There's another fossil. I'm gonna have to make or buy a new shovel soon. This one's totally gonna break. Not an axe, just bare hand. Ooh. Wait, KK... Wait. KK's here, but it's... Oh, Yuka's birthday is the 20th. That one we'll actually look into. That's in, what, a week? Yeah, whatever. I don't need any more resources. Yeah, KK Slider. God, that's weird. KK Slider being here on a Sunday. That's so weird. It's not... Like, I was expecting him to be on Friday. Just because of what happened, but no. No, I guess he's here on Sunday. Yeah, it's a kid I already have. Alright, let's not plant a 1,000-bell money tree this time. There we go. And it's going to be so nice to not have that forest so densely packed today, so I can just easily navigate it. Yeah, I need to do the... I'm going to need to move that museum. Because while I don't think it's in a bad place, I kind of want, like, a pathway leading up to it. Maybe using like some of our fossils. I've had a few ideas. Gonna have to clear out a bunch of our trees. Oh, and there's our money in a bottle. Come on, just be the money rock, make my life easy. No. And there's our last two fossils, I think? Come on. Oh god, my head's asleep. Come on, hand, wake up. Hey, look, a cicada's on our money tree. Is it? No, it's not early enough to get to find the walking stick. I think the walking stick is like 8. Any peach trees over here? No. So it's one of these 3 rocks down here, which is our money rock. Nope. I'm just trying to get a money rock. I've had terrible luck this past, like, week of just getting them. Because I've been able to get it on the first try. But not this past week. God, I just need to make that rock garden. I just don't know where. Oh, there we go. Yeah, that's good. Alright, let's do some fossil exchange. Ooh. That could be money. Boomerang? You're telling me he was killed with a boomerang? Oh, gosh. Oh, that'd be so funny to set up one day. I'm just gonna give it away now. Like, when Gulliver washes ashore, just put a boomerang next to his dead body. Oh, that'd be funny. I'm referencing Sherlock. Go watch the H-Bomber guy video. It's fantastic. A boomerang did it. A boomerang did it. Alright, let's take a closer look. Quite splendid. Yes, yes, I know. But hey, we're working our way towards the world's biggest fossil. Maybe another T-Rex. I mean, we got a T-Rex skull the other day. We got a second one, or a third one, but I didn't use it. Iguanodon, Sabertooth, another T-Rex tail. I've gotten like 3 skulls. So is this going to be the other half of this? Oh, wow, we actually made something for once. No, not that one. Not the Diplo neck. So does that mean that... Let's see, does this work out? Holy shit, it does. Which, in theory... I think we have to move this back a little more, actually. This might actually be coming along. Holy shit. And then I have the tail right here. Tail tip. So there's one more part of the Diplo, and then we got the whole thing. Holy shit. That really just put... Getting that front torso part really just kind of put everything together. I mean, we still gotta get that front tip, but at least that seemed... Or that back tail... The front back tail... You know what I mean. Ooh, a lava lamp. I think I might already own a lava lamp. No turnips. Yes, I know. Timothy and Tomothy. Yeah, that's not bad. Alright, let's go do some fruit. Yeah, that only took like 20 minutes. And I've been avoiding watering flowers all week. So today, right after we start, because I'm probably going to go for another like 40 minutes. But after we stop streaming today is the Ubisoft conference. They're doing the pre-show, which is like an hour long. And, oh god, just get it over with. You don't need an hour long pre-show, Ubisoft. Especially if it's all pre-recorded. God. Also, did I say fuck Ubisoft yet? No, I didn't. There have actually... So, the reason why I say fuck Ubisoft, it's a myriad of reasons, but one of the biggest right now is that there's a bunch of allegations of abuse going on in Ubisoft. And there have actually been some changes on that front. Like, one of the main abusers, who thought was to be untouchable, actually resigned from the company, or at least that's the rumor at the moment. And there were a few other people that stepped down, and a few other positions changed. I mean, it's a start. Still, fuck Ubisoft. Fuck Ubisoft. But yeah, it's a start. I mean, I'm still gonna watch their conference. Oh my god. But yeah, fuck Ubisoft. But yeah, there's probably been like more leaks since even yesterday when we talked about like, or maybe that was 2 days ago when we talked about Far Cry 6. There's probably been even more leaks because it's a Ubisoft conference. Every year at E3, there's always like, oh, what's the biggest leak? And it is always, without fail, usually the Ubisoft conference. I mean, okay, there was that one year Banjo-Kazooie got leaked for Smash Bros. Last year? Question mark? I don't know. Time is an illusion. Also, if you watch the Ubisoft conference, they're giving away Watch Dogs 2 free on PC, on Uplay. I don't think I have Uplay on my current computer. I did. I don't know. I don't think Uplay's as bad as Origin. But yeah, I don't have it. And then yesterday was the Devolver Digital Direct, which... Let me pull it up real quick. Okay, so every year the best conference of E3 is always Devolver Digital. They hit it out of the park these past, like, I think this is their fourth one. And again, this year they just absolutely nailed it. It was fantastic. If you have never seen a Devolver Digital E3 conference, or whatever they call it every year, they're probably all online. Go watch them. There is actually a storyline that goes through all three, or through all four of them. And this one kind of felt like the big conclusion to that storyline. I mean, maybe there'll be more, but it was great. And we were excited for this because during the Sony conference, they had like a reel of like showing a bunch of different developers making Sony games for Sony, and Nina Struthers was in that conference. So it's kind of like, oh yeah, there's some hype for the Devolver Digital conference. That was cool. And yeah, no, this is great. They blew it out. Every year I'm like, oh, just because Devolver had a good year last year, it'll probably fall off next year. But hey, this year was pretty good. And every year they knock it out of the park. This year, the whole crux... So last year they introduced like this villain, I think it was Linda, and her whole premise was that she's basically like a physical representation of everything bad in the AAA game industry. It's great. It is great. And this year she points out that people don't actually care about the games anymore. All they care about is the hype, to the point that they can just make up a game that will never get released, but people will be interested in it because of the hype alone, which honestly is a very fair point. It's totally fair, especially, and then because last year's conference was all about like digital directs and how everybody seems to be going the way of like the Nintendo Direct, which they continue in this one, and they do actually show off some games. They showed off Shadow Warrior 3, which I've never heard of Shadow Warrior 1 and 2, but honestly, the Shadow Warrior 3 kind of reminds me of like Doom. And I like, or like of the more recent Dooms, Doom 2016 and Doom Eternal. And I like Doom 2016 and Doom Eternal, so yeah, no, it looks pretty good. I mean, I think it's got a release date for next year, but not bad at all. They showed off Fall Guys, which I think is Steam and PS4. I could be wrong about that, but I know it's definitely PS4, because they had the head of Sony Indie. They had a bunch of guests in this show. Phil Spencer showed up at one point. Jeff Keighley showed up at one point. My uncle who works at Nintendo showed up, which I'll get back to that. But yeah, so they showed off Fall Guys, which is like it's like the game, like the TV show Wipeout. Not the game Wipeout, which is a racing game. But it's kind of like the TV show Wipeout, or there's that Japanese TV show that's kind of like a similar premise, whose name I do not remember for the life of me, because I've never actually, even though everyone's always like, oh, it's so good, I don't think I've ever actually seen a full episode. But it's kind of like that, but it's a battle royale with 100 people. I talked about Trivia Royale yesterday. I'm doing better. I got into the top like 20. Next, they had Phil Spencer, and they also had Red, and they showed off Carrion, which I don't even know how to explain. It's like you're this red blob monster and you're going around destroying a facility that presumably created you or captured you or something. I don't know. I think it looks pretty good. Because usually Devolver has that one game that I'm really interested in, like My Friend is Pedro, or... Right, at these shows, I mean. And yeah, and it comes out in like 2 weeks. It comes out the 23rd. But Carrion still looks great. They had Jeff Keighley. They had a bunch of, made-up games. Like, Bennett Foddy showed up from, that Getting Over It. Sonic Fox showed up. They had the bathtub from The Witcher. Just a bunch of great stuff. And then they had my uncle who works at Nintendo, which there used to be, my uncle who works for Nintendo told me about the new Zelda game where Link has a gun. That used to be a thing. I mean everyone knows it as it's like the butt of a joke nowadays. But now they had my uncle who works at Nintendo. And he came out and he talked about Clyja? Which is like a new game that I don't think they gave even a release year for. They might have. It might be this year, it might be next year, I'm not entirely sure. But they showed off that. But my uncle who works at Nintendo talked about a bunch of Nintendo rumors. Like Pikmin Battle Royale, which is supposed to come out in 2023. So I was scrolling through Twitter and I saw someone make a post about so there's that whole Miyamoto talking about Pikmin 4 that I am still convinced. I'll go back to the bank. I'm going to check the music disc real quick. I'm still convinced Miyamoto talking about Pikmin 4 was Hey Pikmin. I guess there's an interview somewheres where Miyamoto said after Hey Pikmin came out, he was talking about Pikmin 4, but it's been 7 years now. It had to have been Hey Pikmin. 7 years is a figure of speech. Let's deposit it all. And let's withdraw a cool 1 mil. I mean, it's our return to turnips after all. But yeah, so he announced that, and I saw someone talking about that Hey Pikmin 4 thing. And I responded to the tweet hey, didn't you see during the Devolver show they announced Pikmin Battle Royale? It got a few likes. I mean, it's Twitter, and I have 10, 20 followers on Twitter. But I think the guy who played my uncle who worked at Nintendo during the Devolver Digital show actually liked my tweet, which was, it's hey, that's kind of cool. That's kind of cool. I'm just telling that story because I can tell that story. Luckily, she's right here, so I don't even have to go running back and forth. But yeah, so that happened. And I don't know, that Clyja game is something I'll just have to see more of at another date. I just don't know, I don't know. They'll show it off more in the future. And then they showed off Serious Sam 4, which I think is something we already know about. That's coming out in August. Yeah, that was something we already knew about. And then they showed off their final game, Devolverland Expo. So it's basically you play a guy who goes to E3, but E3's been canceled. And so you're running around and it's like a horror fighting. I don't know, I didn't play it. But it is available for free on Steam. It's basically a marketing tool where you go around E3 and look at all the Devolver games that were announced during the Devolver Digital Showcase. But it's a free video game that you can play, which is an amazing idea. Just make a free video game with the advertisements for all your other video games in it. I love it. I absolutely love it. And that's what they did, and yeah. It doesn't look half bad. I didn't play it or anything, because I've just been listening to my audiobooks, man. That's legitimately all I have been doing these past 2 days. Is I started up my audiobook, listened to it, And then that's it. And yeah, that was the Devolver show. And they did the credits, Suda51. So I think in the original Devolver show, Suda51 shows up just to, like, have, like, a celebrity cameo, right? Celebrity game developer cameo. And so he shows up in this, he shows up at the end of the Devolver conference, with, like, a second of No More Heroes 3, which is kind of funny. And then they end... Really, this does feel like a definitive ending for the Devolver Digital shows. This really does feel like the definitive end to it. But they totally leave room open to do another one. So if they do, cool. I mean, they've killed it every year. Like, I'm always like, oh, they could totally fail at any moment. But so far, they haven't. So far, Devolver Digital just keeps knocking it out of the park. And I'm hopeful that we'll get that they'll... I mean, if they do another one, yeah, sure, I'd love it. Because these are all... They're always so great. And Devolver, once again, killed it. They totally killed it. I mean, whatever Ubisoft does today, Devolver Digital has already done in better. I mean, that game alone where you can, like, play through Devolver Digital, like, at E3, just play their marketing, is so clever, in my opinion. Like, that's really cool. And it's just a free game you can play at Steam, because, like, last year they did the Devolver Bootleg, which is, like, they made a bunch of bootlegs of their own games, and it was, like, $5. And yeah, that was like for an afternoon, that was pretty fun actually. I had fun with that. But this one also looks it's clearly there's like more effort into it, and it's kind of one of those things where I'm like, did they start making this? They must have started making this before E3 got canceled because of the Ronas, but now that E3 has been canceled by the Ronas, it makes just as much logical sense to have it. So they really lucked out on this front. Yeah, God, Devolver Digital is just great like always. But I do highly recommend watching all the Devolver Digital shows. I mean, a lot of them... I mean, yeah, there are some references, like... Well, I mean, Sega did put out that little Game Gear Micro this year, so... People are still making micro... So I guess people are still making micro consoles, because that was their whole gimmick, like, 2 years ago, or... Yeah, 2 years ago, was they made a Devolver Digital, like, mini... Which was kind of funny. So I know I technically haven't bought $1 million worth of turnips. I bought, what, 900 and something thousand? But I might call it good right here. Because my turnip fields are full. I can buy a single stack more of turnips, and then I'm out of room. Yeah, that's weird. So 98 a turnip. Yeah, let's just buy the max and see what that gets me. Eh, screw it. We'll be like 50,000 short. Yeah, I can use the spending money elsewhere. I mean, I'm probably gonna buy an airline ticket or two. Because today is a fruit day. Ah, God, look at the turnip fields. It's been so long since we've had a good turnip harvest. It's probably been like 4 weeks. Let's hope the God of Wealth blesses us for turnip prices. Alright, let's go do some island adventuring, because we're too early to get beetles, and I could go clam hunting, but, it's too early to go clam hunting. We'll go to an island or two. See what the gods of fate offer us on our journey. I just don't want a bamboo island. I'll take anything but a bamboo island. Nope. I'm gonna need to go clam hunting this week, aren't I? Gosh dang it. Just because I screwed up, like, I used like 50 bait, and in the last like 10, I found the blue marlin, and I screwed up the capture, and I didn't get it, so now I'm gonna have to go get another 50 bait, and it's gonna take forever. Oh, and then, it's that Ubisoft, I mean, not Ubisoft, Paper Mario comes out this week, and Ghost of Tsushima. Now, if I was a smart person, I'd probably just buy Ghost of Tsushima, because that's probably, like, a guaranteed good game. But I'm probably not going to do that, and instead buy Paper Mario, because I'm a clod. Oh, I'm a clod. Oh, hey, it's kind of just like a normal island. I don't think I've ever seen an island like this before. Is this like a beetle island? That's a Maya, isn't it? It's just like a normal island with pine trees. Huh. I don't think I've ever seen this one before. I have a list of all the islands in the game. Give me a second. There it is. Just a normal island with palm trees. No rivers. So it's a lot of trees. And a tree, so it's a tree insect island. Maybe? I mean, there's no elevation on it, which is kind of weird. Yeah, if I had to guess, it's like a tree insect island. And it's a max visit of 1 a day. That's interesting. Of course, it sucks that I'm finding this. If this was like late at night, this would be great, because there's tons of great beetles to get late at night. Or if this was just a few hours ago when I could find the stick bug, which is one of the 2 bugs I'm missing. But no, this is early in the day. When I can't find anything. Huh. That's interesting, but yeah, it's a tree beetle island. Very interesting. Sucks I'm getting it at this time. 'Tis the way of the fruit day, though. Oh, this is a sucker fish. Gosh, that was light. Like, I barely felt the controller rumble. I'll take a message in a bottle. Well, I mean, I could go around harvesting Myamus stags. Maybe... No, honestly, there's no point. Burn it down. Burn it down. Burn it down. Burn it down. So I have an amiibo collection. I basically have I do have the entire Smash series. Technically, I don't have like they did like the Rob recolor where they did like the Famicom colors for Rob. I technically don't have that, but I'd still argue I have a complete collection. I've got what matters. Of the Smash series, I've got most of the Zelda series. It pisses me off because Nintendo started re-releasing a bunch of the Zelda series of amiibo. They re-released like the Archer Link and the Majora's Mask Link and a few of the others. But they didn't release but they were like, they re-released the champions, right? From Breath of the Wild. The Mipha, Urbosa, Rivali, and the other one. Durok, something like that. So they were re-releasing a bunch of the Zelda amiibo. Last year, or maybe 2 years ago now, it's been a while. And then they just stopped. After they released the Majora's Mask amiibo, they just stopped. They never released the Bokoblin again, which is like still stupid rare. They never re-released the Skyward Sword Link, the Twilight Princess Link, the Wind Waker Link in Zelda. For some reason, they released a bunch of the old Zelda amiibos, but right before they re-released them all, they just stopped. At least I'm pretty sure they stopped. I was always keeping an eye out for it, and no SKUs ever came up for any of the Zelda amiibo. After the Majora's Mask amiibo released, they just never did another one. Now, admittedly, I think the Majora's Mask amiibo came out in like October. And I want to say there were hints at them like re-releasing Skyward Sword, but it never happened. Or maybe it was Twilight Princess, one of them. And I don't know why. I don't know why they didn't just re-release the entire Zelda collection. Because honestly, they were selling pretty well, especially with Breath of the Wild. And then they did Link to the Past. I think technically Link to the Past was the Link to the Past amiibo. Or not Link to the Past, Link's Awakening. Right, for the game. And that was the last non-Smash Bros. Amiibo. And that probably will be the last non-Smash Bros. Amiibo. Even though the Smash Bros. Joker and Hero look great. But yeah, so I took my collection and I dusted it. I dusted the hell out of it. It took forever, and honestly, a lot of them don't look that dusted. But I did it. I also opened up a few, there were a few that I had sitting in boxes, just taking up space, and I was like, I actually do want to use this space for like other things. So, because I had something spill, and I was like, okay, I need to clean a bunch of things up, and you know, I might as well just clean everything. And then even though my amiibos were in a different split place, I've had my amiibos in boxes for the past like 6 months. Ever since I did I think it was the Game of the Year live stream, where I took all of my amiibo and had them compete against one another in Smash Bros. I've had them all in boxes, just kind of sitting around. And at some point I was like, I need to take them out of the box and just dust them all and then put them back on display. And I did. So now there's pictures on Twitter. I posted one of them all in the box after being dusted and then after being set up on display. Honestly, you could barely tell the difference between them being dusted and before and after being dusted. So yeah, even though this is a cool beetle island, I've already got all the beetles for this month. The only thing I'm missing is the walking stick, which appears at like 8 in the morning, I think. I don't know, I think the walking stick is pretty early. Yeah, 4 a.m., 8 a.m., and then 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. Still haven't been able to find it. I've looked for the walking stick on multiple days and have never seen it. So I'm gonna have to try again. And then I'm just missing the horned Hercules. Which one day I will find that horned Hercules. Alright, let's get back. Let's finish up these trees. And then I need the... Wow, that's the first bee I've seen. There's totally a pattern to getting those wasps, but I screw it up half the time. Because you have to wait for them to be like the farthest away before you pull out your net. And then once you do, you just gotta like get it. I don't know, it's easy to screw up. At least I got a bunch of wood. Oh. Ugh. God, I'm so tired. Oh, that's funny. This is what I get for getting up so early to do turnips. I should go into the ocean when we get back to the island and see if I can find a scallop to give to Pascal. Because I haven't gone in the ocean since that one night where I got everything I was looking for. But yeah, if I had found this island like the day we start, like back in even just a few days ago when I went island hunting, oh, this would have changed the game. Finding all these resources. Yeah, let's just leave this here. That wouldn't be, would it? No, that's probably that's not a dockfish. It's probably just a sea bass. Yes, yes, I know. Alright, let's go put some stuff in storage. Ooh, let's check the store. Do I have that dress that I can only describe as groove is in the heart? What was it? The D-Lights that did groove is in the heart? Groove is in the heart. Oh gosh, look at that. Yeah, you know, like I can describe that as like groove is in the heart. Alright, let's go put some stuff in storage. How did I miss... Did I miss these peach trees as well? Yeah, I did. Huh. Let's, I guess, get some more peach trees. Yeah, I guess I never came... Yeah, because Daisy May was up in the top whatever. I never need to come back and get these peach trees. Because normally Daisy May spawns down here. Hey, Whitney. Good morning. So happy to see you bright and early. It's yet another splendid day on Pyre. Oh, I know this sounds unusually chipper, but who am I to blame me? Alright, we got a bunch of wood to put in storage. We did get a bunch of wood. I can more or less sell the rest of this. Yeah. Let's do a little bit of diving, shall we? For the next, like, I don't know, like 5 minutes. Let's just see if we can find a scallop real quick. Wow, that outfit does not match. Let's work our way over towards the museum. Mussel. It just sucks that because I have all these like extra scallops in storage that I just can't do anything with because Pascal only shows up to buy the one you find randomly. Crab. Another crab. Is that one freaking out more than the one we just caught? Looks like that one's freaking out way more. Not what I'm looking for. I don't need a whelk. This is a sea anemone. That's really the only one I can tell based on its size. Because, like, the isopod, while it's also, like, similar-ish in size, it will run away from you, whereas the sea anemone won't. Still need to look for that another vampire squid, because I do kind of want one. Oh, seaweed. Couldn't help myself. Another mussel. I'm not finding anything else. Some sea grapes. No, I don't need that. Not a sea slug. And, see, the problem is, like, once I do find a scallop, then I find, like, 1,000 more. But finding that first scallop just takes forever, and I always have the worst luck with it. Because, of course, it's that first scallop that has value. I found like 3 mussels now. There's the corner. Oh, come on. Starfish? Sea star. So, I found nothing. I'll try again tomorrow. Or another day. I don't know when. Let's see what this fossil's all about. And then I got the Ubisoft show, which I'll be watching. I'm not gonna stream it or anything, usually because I don't have a webcam at the moment. And it's so fucking hot here. Living in a desert, man. Sometimes it be like that. Didn't we already have a Diplo neck, right? I mean, I think we just need, like, the Diplo butt or something like that. Yeah, we've got the neck. We need the butt. Yeah, there's the Ubisoft show starting. And we also can't do KK Slider tonight. Hey, brothers, buy my shit. Hey, 25. Okay. Honestly, the sea creatures were probably worth more than anything else I had in there. I mean, it was a majority of sea creatures. So yeah, that's where we're going to end off for today. I'm going to go watch the Ubisoft show and fuck Ubisoft. But tomorrow I'll probably try to get around 11:30. I don't know what we're doing. Maybe we'll go climb hunting. Maybe I'll work on the mountain. I don't know. I'll figure that out. But that's the plan for tomorrow. But yeah, around 11:30 because I got to figure out my turnip prices. That's the hope anyways. If I do a little later than that, it happens. Honestly, turnips are good encouragement to play earlier in the day. That's where we're going to end off for today. Hope you all enjoyed. Stay tuned for more. Till next time. Peace.